Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just unmute yourself. Sochi and TF. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
TF, can you hear me? Sheung, can you also hear me? Please, let's be fast. We're already
Yes,
7 minutes into
yes,
the time.
yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Um, whose mic is on? Please mute yourself. Okay. So, are these the only people that we're expecting for this call, or they're yet to join?
Which others are yet to join?
Okay. Okay, so let's get started. There's not much time. Okay, so all the faces here are new. Okay. Good evening. So how this call is going to go is that first of all, I would like each and every one of you to introduce yourself. So I want you to introduce yourself in this manner: name, country, what you do, and then why you enrolled for this particular program. Right. So I'll be starting with Shehu. Shehu, introduce yourself, name, country, um, what you do, and then why you enrolled for this particular program. So let's do that quickly so that we can move on to the next thing.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm Oluwaseun Abijo, and I'm from Nigeria. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, yes, yes. I can hear you.
I'm from Nigeria, and also I'm a virtual assistant. One of the reasons why I actually enrolled for this course is because one of the reasons is because I actually like to learn new things. And as a
Okay.
virtual assistant, it's good to always improve yourself, to expand your horizon. So that's one of the reasons, and of course to increase my earning capacity. So that's one of the reasons. Thank you.
Very important. Okay, so Shehu is nice having you. And what do you do? Okay, you say you're a virtual assistant. So are you working for a firm or you're freelancing?
I'm currently freelancing actually.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's nice having you, Shehu. I'm surprised though. I didn't know that ladies do answer Shehu. I was actually thinking that it's the guy that is using a female profile picture.
Are you serious?
Yes, I actually thought it was
Share
a
with
guy.
for sorry, are you a Nigerian?
Yes, yes. I'm actually in Lagos,
What part?
Nigeria.
Look, share is for both male and female actually.
Oh, okay. All right. So please, I don't know that, I know that now. Sochi, please unmute yourself, introduce yourself, name, location, what you do, and then why you enrolled for this program.
Okay, good evening, sir. My name is Aribol Makochukwu. I'm still a student in Unizik. Then, the reason I enrolled for the course is that I want to learn more about Facebook and Instagram ad to also help for my own personal self and also make it maybe when I learn it very well, I can also use it as a business to help other people that want to run their arts. So that's why. Sorry about my voice.
It's fine. It's fine.
Thank you. I'm
All right.
from Nigeria. Nigeria.
Okay. You're welcome. You're really welcome. Okay, so basically your motivation is to learn the skill, use it for yourself, and also render it as a service to other clients, and then get paid for it. If I heard you right.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. TF, can you hear me? You can hear me. Introduce yourself, name, country, what you do, and then why you enrolled for this program.
Okay, good evening. My name is Ayo. I'm a social media manager. So I actually enrolled for this program to see what's different or what's new about the course because as a social media manager, I've been running ads. So I just wanted to like know what I'm missing out. I just wanted to see what yeah on the course. Yeah, and I'm from Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, all right. So, so I believe that 80% of my students are here to upskill, one for themselves, and then two to render it as a service for other businesses and get paid for it. All right. So, for those watching on YouTube, because we are currently like streaming on YouTube as well. So you can drop on the comment section your name, the location that you're watching from, and then what you do and why you enrolled for this particular program, or what is behind the idea why you are joining this particular Q&A session. So just drop it on the comment. We'll take it up from there. All right, so let me introduce myself. Yeah, my name is Joshua Amobi, and I'm a meta ads expert. I'm also an ad manager at Better of Service Advertising Agency. So I'm an instructor for this particular program. So you'll be seeing more of my face as we progress in this course. So it's a 3 week course. So in the next 3 weeks, we'll be diving into Facebook advertising, Facebook and Instagram advertising, everything you need to know to start running ads. And it's going to be a very practical course and program as well. Yeah. So with that being said, this is your first weekly Q&A session. So the idea behind the Q&A session is after watching the videos that we prepared and that was made available to you guys every single week, right? At the end of the week, we gather and then have a question and answer session for me to take questions and feedbacks from what you've watched. And then if you are having any challenge regarding meta, this is the opportunity for us to dive into it. I know on the community, your cohort group, I was seeing some messages about people having issues and all of that. I believe that those set of people are on this call, right? Sorry, who is the team lead for this particular program? Who is the team lead?
Sam, Sam, the ones.
Okay, you're the team lead. Okay. So I know I saw some messages on the cohort group. Basically, some people are having issues with funding their ad account, their meta ad account, and stuff like that. Are they on this call? Because I was hoping to answer those, like attend to those issues on this call. Are they on this call?
Sir,
I have, I have
some of them that chatted me were
a
Sorry, so you go ahead first.
okay. I said that some chatted me and they were saying that they cannot be able to join because of their network will be glitching. So I guess that some of them are not here for because there are some people that chatted me up and
Okay. Which, well, every one of you are on this call now, and I believe most of you are using the same network that they are using. Anyways, so I was hoping to attend to those questions, but if they are not on the call, probably Q&A session, which is next week. They should make sure to join the call so that we can address the issue. All right. So Shehu, you wanted to ask something. You can go ahead.
No, I wanted to say that I have a question. Though I didn't ask my own, I've not asked my own on the group because I know we are going to be having a section today. That's why I didn't ask on the group. So I have a question that I wanted to ask.
Okay, go ahead. Ask your question.
Oh, okay. I wanted to know if we have 12 modules for the course. I wanted to know if the one that was released this week is for the whole course or is per week, or that's what you're going to take per week. So I wanted to know. Then also
Okay.
for the module 2, you talked about creating a page. For me now, I don't have a Facebook account. I just opened a Facebook account. So I'm trying to understand when you say we are going to open another page. Is it that we are going to open a page under? Okay, I have like a Facebook account that I open in my name. Now you're talking about a page again, like more like a page. So I want to know that is it like compulsory that we have to open that page? Is it that page that is going to guarantee that we will be able to like run Facebook ads? So I'm trying to. It got me confused, kind of. So I want you to clarify that.
Okay.
Then
So,
also,
okay, 3 questions. Okay, go ahead.
no, probably answer that one first. So I'll not answer that first.
Okay, so the videos and modules that you have access to for this particular week is basically what is not the entire course videos, right? So this is a boot camp, basically. So we are not releasing all the materials at once so that everybody can learn at the same pace, basically, yeah. So by next week, new set of modules, new set of videos will be made available. So if you are going through the our LMS platform, you should be able to see other videos, but at the moment they are locked. So by next week, it will be unlocked for you to have access to them. So that's the reason why you only have access to these ones, because we want everybody to learn at the same space, at the same pace, I mean to say. So that's for the first question. Then for the second question, you said you created, you already have, okay, it's interesting. You're the second person that I've met that don't actually have a Facebook account before, right? There's someone that I met in the last cohort that just finished. It's because of the program that she created her first Facebook account. so so you're the second person that I'm meeting that is telling me that they don't have a Facebook account, that they just created one. So it's really amazing. I thought everybody on this planet Earth has a Facebook account, but that's by the side. So how Facebook works, how Meta works, because right now they are more than Facebook. They are now Meta. Meta comprises of all of Meta platforms: Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger. What's this new one that they came up with? Threads. Yeah, and other affiliated platforms, basically. So if you a Facebook profile is different from a Facebook business page, right? So what you watched in the course material made available for you this week is how to create a Facebook business page, right? So everybody has a Facebook business profile, but you cannot use a Facebook profile to run ads on Facebook. You can't use that to run ads on Meta. The same goes with Instagram as well. You can't use a normal Instagram account to run ads on Instagram. You basically need to convert that personal account to a professional account or a business account. So the same goes with Facebook, right? So you need to create a Facebook business page. So the steps that was outlined in that particular video was showing you how to create that particular page. So Facebook profile is a kind of is an account that handles every single thing that is connected to Facebook, like the Facebook page, like the Facebook groups, like the Facebook what's it called? Messenger is also connected to it, and several other features available on that Facebook is connected to that particular profile, right? But the page itself, Facebook business page, is what is used for your ads. So if you don't have a Facebook business page, even though you have a Facebook business profile, you cannot be able to run ads. So you need to create one. Was that clear?
Yes, I think I totally understand what you're saying now. So my question now is that Since I'm using my name, because major the reason why I'm actually opening this account is to actually be like a professional, more like I'm building a brand on Facebook now. That's the reason why I actually opened it. So now, is it going
Okay.
to make sense if I also use the name I use for my profile to also name that page? Is it going to make sense? And of course, I have an account. It's not like I don't use Facebook. I have a Facebook account before, but it got hacked. So that was the reason why I didn't even open anyone until now. So
Okay.
is it going to make sense if I use the same name that I used to open my profile to also use for the page now, for the business page now?
Okay. So what kind of business are you into? Or what kind of business do you want to use the page for? Is it for
Majorly to
your
provide digital services, just to like have a personal brand, more like a personal brand, digital services majorly.
okay, that is still in line with your VA? It's kind of your VA services as well, if I'm correct.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Okay. So I will advise using your personal the same name that you use for your Facebook profile. I'll advise using that because it's a personal brand. Basically, one of the questions I wanted to ask is that people like you, I tend to advise them to use their name because when it has to do with personal brands, your customers want to work with an individual. They don't want to work with an entity, right? Because even if sorry, even if you create an entity around um, some kind of businesses, they don't tend to sell well. Let's say, for example, a medical doctor, for example, a medical professional or a dentist tries to create an entity uh, around his dental practice, for example, right, and tries to promote that. It won't sell as much as a dentist that created a personal brand for himself, right? Even though the dentist still has his own entity, but what he's promoting is not a business brand. What he's promoting is a personal brand that will sell more than the other counterpart that has a personal brand but is promoting his business brand instead of his personal brand, right? So it makes very much sense for you to use your name because it's a personal brand that you're trying to create.
Okay, I guess it's, but when I was trying to like name the page, it was telling me that it was invalid, something like that. So I don't know if it's probably people bear that same name, or I don't know what the issue was.
Okay, it's because other people already have that name. So you just have to do a little bit of tweak to the name. So you can use your initials, maybe your first name and then your initials, right? So just do a little bit tweak to it. Facebook has over 3 billion users currently, right? So there's a high chance that someone already has your name, especially when it comes to personal names. So there's a high chance that someone already has your name. So just do a little bit of tweak. You can use your initials, for example, you can use Shehu A, basically, right? Or if you have a nickname that people know you for, you can also use that particular nickname as well. So just do a little bit of tweak to the name. It should be available for you.
Okay, all right. I get it now. Thank you. Then the last question is about funding the my hard account. Is there actually like a list amount of money that I can be able to fund? Does it have like a list amount that I can fund? So that's my last question. Thank you.
Yeah, so Meta has a minimum amount. It differs based on country, right? So, but for Nigeria, it's 500 naira. That's the minimum you can fund on your Meta. If you type in any other amount, it will tell you that you cannot fund that amount. That's why on our quiz, we recommended like at least you should try and fund the minimum amount, basically. Yeah, so they have the minimum amount that you can fund. And then even though you can fund up to 500 naira. That does not mean that Meta will allow you to run 500 naira ads on Meta. Once you create an ad, they will prompt you to go and increase your budget. So they have a minimum amount that you can fund, and then they have a minimum amount that you can use to create an ad. So these this thing differs. So the minimum amount for you to create an ad, it's roughly around 5,000 to 10,000. That's the minimum amount that you can use to create an ad as of now, right? So and that ad should last you for at least 3 days, if I'm not wrong, because this thing their criteria tend to change from time to time. But the last time was around 2 to 3 days for that particular amount. Is that clear?
Yes, that's clear. Thank you very much. That's all.
All right. So I would really like to have like a whole lot of fun with your cohort because your cohort is not really that much, and I really want to like dive in and then explain a lot of things to you guys. And I like the energy. I like the way that you guys are asking questions because it's very important. If you don't ask questions, I've seen a situation whereby a program, the particular cohort is done, they now come back and be asking a question that they're supposed to ask. And if you ask them, they'll be like, I thought someone else would ask it. It was very funny when the student mentioned that someone else, she was hoping that someone would ask her question. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. Ask your question, right? So for those also watching, you can also drop your question in the comment section. We can also address that probably in the next Q&A session. Who is your team lead? She's no longer on the call. Ayo, you just joined the call. You didn't introduce yourself. Please introduce yourself, your name, your location, and what you do and why you joined the program.
Okay. I didn't just join before. I just renamed myself. I was the one that was TF. That spoke
Oh,
earlier.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay,
My name is Ayo. So I'm part of team lead too.
okay. That's fine. So, Ayo, were you able to fund your Facebook ad account? Were you able to create any ad campaign? Were you able to do any of the tasks?
Yes, I was able to complete the tasks. I created the page and funded the account and it reflected. I was the one helping someone out on the group that said he was trying to do his own that wasn't
Oh,
working. I said you should try restarting. Yeah.
oh, okay. That's fine. Do you have any question, even if it's not related to this week's module? Probably, I believe all of you joined this program because there's something that you really want to, you've been trying to do. Someone mentioned that they've been trying to run some ads and it's not working, so they came to kind of upskill. Was that you, Ayo?
No, it wasn't me, but I have
Oh,
something to say. Like there was, I ran an ad campaign for
okay,
a brand, but I did the ad set, everything, set the location and everything, but it was a sales ad. I watched that sales ad. It was part of one of the videos for the social media marketing course I did with BOSSA. The sales ad
okay,
is part of the course. Yes, they taught us how to run that. So I watched the video. But when I did that sales ad campaign, I didn't do WhatsApp. Person was like, even that you don't understand the language they were speaking. I think I selected all languages. But even at
oh,
that, even at that, like it was not really converting. And it was 2K daily for 10 days. So the messaging that she was getting on the WhatsApp was not really message about because it was a delivery brand. They run delivery, like all these dispatch riders.
okay,
So she wasn't getting on the ad manager, it was showing 14 message conversations started. But those 14 messages were not leads, they were not converting, they were not asking about the delivery. I didn't know why. And I had to even change the campaign to brand awareness.
awareness.
And when I changed the campaign to brand awareness, they were not seeing the ads on Instagram. And they were not seeing the ads on Instagram. I ended that one. Then I now, from that symbol, I now started a new campaign that is brand awareness. But they said they were not seeing it on Instagram and everything. So got me confused, but I just told them that sometimes ads can be like that. But that messaging that she was getting for her WhatsApp, that because I connected her WhatsApp to the to the Facebook page and promoted it on both Instagram and Facebook. But the message she was doing, say someone was speaking different language, one was saying another thing that it's not. That's just basically it.
Mm. Okay, so my first question is, how long did all the ads that you created lasted before you changed it or you made some changes?
Okay, the first is supposed to be for 10 days, but when it reached 5 days, I ended it then and I started a new one.
Okay,
So it was 2K for 5 days, but they were deducting like 2 plus some 3K on some days, but it was for 5 days. So I ended it because the message she was receiving was not. I ended it and now started with a new one for brand awareness. And the account manager was like, they were not seeing the ads, and even the main post, because I used create an existing post for the
Okay.
ad. Yes, I used to use an existing post option. So like the main post was not even getting, there was no traffic on the Instagram. That the I don't know, maybe the placement also, but they were not seeing any. But me, I was not saying that with Meta Ad Manager, Meta will post the content as a new content and be showing it to your target audience that the main post you made on the account won't be the one getting the views and everything, except maybe you use the boost posts Instagram option directly from Instagram. I was not telling them that Meta ad to post the ad newly on the Instagram and set it as a new post and all. Because they were like, even the views did not increase, no profile visit and everything. That was it.
Okay. Okay. So there is what is called the learning phase on Meta ads, right? So the learning phase, uh, there's two different types of learning phase. So there is the 7 days learning phase. There is the 1 day learning phase, right? So what the learning phase is the process by which Meta that particular phase that Meta is trying to understand your target audience, right? So they are trying to source through people that they are showing your ads to. They are trying to understand how they react to your ads. They are trying to understand how they are converting to your ads via your ads, right? So that learning phase, which usually spans between a day to 7 days, basically you don't really get much conversion, especially if that's the first time you're running ads on that particular ad account. So let's say, for example, you've been running ads on a particular ad account for a couple of months, right? So the learning phase of your ads tends to be faster because of what is because Meta has already gotten some kind of data. They've already run some research based on your previous ads. Are you on this call, Ayo?
Sorry, my network just glitched. Please, can you start from where you said the learning phase next 7 days, especially if it's for a new ad account?
Okay. So every single ad created on Meta passes through a learning phase, right? And it spans between a day and 7 days. All ad accounts by default is set up 7 days, right? Well, you can shorten it to a day, but I don't advise that because unless you have a very large budget and you can give Meta a whole lot of data to find who your target audience is within 1 day, that's when I would advise using 1 day. But if you don't have that much large budgets and you don't have any data to feed into Meta, right? Maybe you don't have a list of leads that you want to feed into Meta for them to use to find who your target audience is, your right audience is, right? I advise going for 7 days, which is the default. So at your level, you don't even need to worry about that because all other accounts are set in 7 days by default, basically. So that 7 days is the period by which Meta uses to interact with your target audience. They'll be spending your money actually, but at that particular phase, you won't be getting that much return on ad spend. Your return of investment will not really make sense. If you check your ads, you can see a button written learning. I don't know whether if you've created an ad and you saw maybe under the ad section, you see something written with green learning. Have you seen something like that before?
No, no, I not see. Maybe I didn't take note of it, but I didn't see. Where I
Okay,
was concerned
so
was yeah.
yeah. So when you create another ad, just try and look. You will see learning. So what that is showing is that your ad is still trying to understand who your target audience is, right? And how quick it leaves the learning phase determines how quick it finds your target audience. So for another account that is still fresh, maybe you just got a new client and you've not run ads for that particular client, you need to explain these things to them, right? That they should have something that is called a test budget. So a test budget, the reason for test budget is so that you can use that particular budget to feed into Meta for Meta to use that particular budget to find who your target audience for that business is, so that subsequent times you add or you increase your budget, right? You add more money, the learning phase will be faster. So instead of it staying for 7 days, you can even stay for 3 days. I've seen ads that stay for 3 days, even though your default ad account setting was 7 days. You just stay for 3 days and leave the learning phase because they already have enough data concerning that particular business, who that particular business target customers are. So once you create any ad, they don't really know who they should show that ad to, and they just go ahead and show it, right? So for the fact that your ad was just 5 days and you ended it, and that particular client is a new client, you're just probably is the first or second or third time that you're running ads for them, is actually bad. So for that particular ad that was generating WhatsApp conversions in terms of messages and conversation, you should have let it stay for at least 7 days before you decide, before you judge. So you judge too quickly when it comes to that particular ad. You should have allowed it to stay for 7 days. If a client is pressuring, that's why it's good to explain to them ahead of time that there is a learning phase. It's usually the first week for Meta to kind of understand your target, and they'll be spending your money, and you won't be getting that much conversion. But just chill with them, right? Allow it to stay for like 7 days. Then the next 7 days, you can now decide. Okay, you can now look at the statistics and know whether if this particular campaign is worth it, or whether if you should move on or change your strategy entirely. So that's like number one. Number two, you switch to brand awareness. So brand awareness basically doesn't work for every kind of ad, right? So I know when you're selecting brand awareness, there are other options available under brand awareness, like engagement. I know engagement is an option under brand awareness. There are different kinds of options. I don't know which one you selected basically, right? So, but if you selected reach, that's a mistake on its own. So the companies and businesses that uses reach are companies like Cowbell, right? They're not looking at conversion from the ads. They just want people to know about them so that if they go to the supermarket to buy maybe a sachet of milk, they will remember the ads that they saw. So it's people like Cowbell, all those companies that their conversion is not basically online. Their conversion is majorly offline, that use brand awareness for their as an objective, right? So for a business like that is looking at getting people to convert through the ads, brand awareness is not a good option to use. So that's like the second mistake you made. You could have stick to your WhatsApp conversation, right? And then allowed it to stay for a period of 7 days before you now make your judgment. Then another reason why that ad did not really perform the way is expected is the creative. What kind of creative did you even use? Is it a video? Is it pictures? What kind of creative did you use to promote that particular product? Are you on the call? Seems like his network is glitching. Shane, can you hear me?
Yes,
Sorry,
I'm
my
here. I can hear
network.
you.
Sorry, my network. The creative. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry, my network. The creative was a video.
Okay. What kind of video?
A landscape. It was in the landscape format. It was the
Okay.
landscape format. Yes, that's kind of video, and it was just a Amen's video talking about the dispatch when someone was trying to get an order, picked up an order, then the dispatch rider then pick up the package and deliver the package.
Oh, okay. So when you're creating an ad creative, basically, especially if it's a video, don't use the rectangular, use portrait, right? Reason being that portrait tends to take a lot of real estate when it comes to your phone screen. But if you use the normal rectangular landscape, right, it's very quick for someone to skip past a video and not even notice that they passed something. But if it's portrait, it tends to take a larger portion of the screen. So that if someone is scrolling through their Facebook, because people are actually scrolling through their Facebook and Instagram, right? And they are doing it on a very fast pace. So if you have like portrait, it tends to have a more this thing chance of them noticing the video to stop to watch. But if you're using landscape, it's very easy to like scroll past it. So I don't advise people using landscape, right? So if you are using landscape, then don't do Facebook ads, don't do meta ads. You can go to platforms like YouTube and create your ads there, right? But don't do that on Facebook or meta platform. It doesn't work. Just use portrait. Then that's number one. Then number two, if your creative is not working, basically you should have like 3 or 4 creatives that you should be testing, not just one creative. It's bad to even have one, or unless you've tested all the creatives and then you found that okay, this is the winning formula. So you don't need to create multiple ones. You already know this particular thing is the winning formula. For us now at the agency, we have one particular creative. We already know, okay, this is how we do our creatives that get the conversion that we want, right? So we don't even need to have plenty of them, and it keeps on getting the conversion that we're looking at because we've already gotten a winning formula for our creative. But I don't think the client is actually even thinking about that in the first place. So it's advisable to have multiple creatives so that if this one is not working, you are switching to the next creative immediately, right? So if every other thing I've said has been done and has been looked into and the ad is not working, what you need to look into is to change the creative. People are not resonating with the creative. That's just it. And then he mentioned that people who messaged were speaking some kind of language that he or she, the client, does not really understand. I don't know the location you targeted, but if you targeted the entire Nigeria, funny enough, um, there's a whole lot of Hausa people on Facebook, if you're not aware. There's a whole lot of Hausa people on Facebook. And if you're targeting the entire Nigeria, Facebook tends to show your ads to people who will engage on your ads, right? And there's a whole lot of them on Facebook, and they are very, very active. So I don't know the target location you selected. I don't know you mentioned you selected all language. If you can, uh,
Sorry, I targeted Lagos because the dispatch rider brand, the delivery brand is in Lagos. But the message she forwarded to me, one was speaking French. I'm seeing you question, was speaking French. Then the other one just message, no, nothing.
okay.
But it
So
started
okay. So in that case, just try and exclude other language. Just keep it at English to be safe. That's one way to filter those people. Then don't select Lagos as a state. Select Lagos as a city. When you're selecting your target location, there is a place that shows region. There's if you let's say for example, if you type Lagos, you will see the option of region, you see the option of city, then you see the option of state. Don't select Lagos as a state. Select Lagos as a city. Because when you select Lagos as a state, is going to what is going to translate into basically is that Meta is going to think that you are trying to target everybody that listed their states as Lagos states, not basically people who are in Lagos. And so for some reason, people tend to do that, right? So target Lagos as a city. You get so that particular targeting, location targeting, shows part of the course we talked about including and excluding target audience. We'll dive more into that maybe in the coming week. But I know that we have materials in that regard, right? But I'm just giving you an idea just ahead of time. Just target city, right? Because that translates that you're actually trying to target people in that city, not people who stated that they are from that city. No, you're not targeting people from that city, you're targeting people in that city because you are looking at delivering to them, right? And also, Meta's location targeting is a little bit messed up right now. I'll be honest with you. Their location targeting is really messed up right now. One of the things you can do to kind of reduce uh, the unnecessary people, right? You can do like a leads form ad. Do you know about leads form?
sorry, I don't get lead form or
Lead
no,
generation ads.
no,
Okay,
I
so you
don't.
can you can try out lead generation ads and then create a leads form. When you are creating a lead generation ad, at the process you see the option to select a leads form. So in the leads form, you can put location for them to select the location that they are in. So you can limit it to just the location that you want. Let's say, for example, if you just want people in Abuja, Lagos, right? So you can just put Lagos and Abuja so that once they get to that location and they don't see their own location, right? They tend to either drop off or they select the option that they are not in that particular location, so that anybody that is messaging you, any leads, you know that okay, this person is not in my location. So there is no point following up with the person in the first place. So that's like another layer of filtering to filter people who are not in your location, right? So because Meta's location targeting now is a little bit messed up, but they are fixing it though, but not really that messed up. Sometimes it tends to misbehave.
Okay, thank you very much. It's all clear now. I think part of
Yeah,
the distance why they were not seeing it is because of that landscape. This thing reduce the placements. Okay,
yeah.
and please, I wanted to ask for that, was that budget okay? The 2K daily, was it okay for the sales ad to generate those?
So 2K is a very small budget, but nobody can break the bank just because they want to run mega ads. So if that budget is what your client can afford, then you don't have any other option but to go with that, right? But you just have to make sure that every single aspect is taken care of so that that particular budget does not just burn like that. But if they can increase their budget, please advise them to increase their budget, right? And also set out test budget. It's very important. They should also set out a test budget for you to even test all those creatives that they've created. See the one that is converting the most. Once you've doubled down on the one that has more conversion than the rest, or more reasonable conversion than the rest, you drop that one and then focus on that particular one in your main budget, right? So always advise them to have a test budget, no matter how small. You should be able to test their creatives, test everything, test give data, give Meta the opportunity to what's it called, to learn about their target audience, so that once you now move into the main ad, Meta is no longer in the learning phase. They've already gotten an idea of who your business is targeting. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. If I get correct, say that test budget now, like maybe let's say three creatives, that's like three videos. We'll now push out the ad campaigns for the three and see which one does well. That means the brand has to bring out enough money for
So
that because if you test one particular, okay, I
so
understand. Yeah.
so it's based on their budget, it's based on their pockets. Meta is what you give in is what you get out. You can't put in 5,000 and expecting a result of 500,000. We run campaigns, we spend ₦1 million in a day in ad budgets. And the learning phase, the ad left learning phase in less than 3 hours. That's when you feed Meta with good money. If you feed them with good money, they give you a very fantastic result. Right. So the ad left learning phase in 3 hours for that particular budget. Right. So, but it depends on what the client can. The idea behind the test budget is to just know, okay, between this video and this video, which one has more WhatsApp conversation than the other? Then the ones that have WhatsApp conversation, how reasonable is the conversation? Like, so this is like the kind of test or this thing grading that you will do. So once you found out with 2,000, you can differentiate. Okay, this particular creative got 2 messages, or sorry, this one got 3 messages. This one got one message, and then the other one got 2 messages. Right? Which one will you go for? Is the one that got 3 messages, right? So 2K has already achieved that for you. You don't really need a large amount of budget, but the larger it is, the clearer the data. Because if you're comparing data of 500 purchase versus 100 purchase, you will know that, okay, for you to have 500 purchase here, that means 500 people really liked this video. And that's why they actually went through this for this video. So the higher the budget, the clearer the result, or clearer the learning. So that's just what I would say.
Okay, thank you very much. Someone like me, like as an experienced ad manager now, what do you recommend for like a startup brand that just come to you and be like, you want to run better? Like, what is the least? Say, brought that, can they do 20K for 10? Like, what is the least in the Nigerian economy? What is the least you recommend for daily budget?
Okay, so basically, I don't know the last time I ran ads that was less than 500,000 advertising budget. But let me go way back, right? Because there's always a little beginning. So, uh, so for a test budget, it depends on the pocket of the client, right? So, if it's a client, let's say if it's a product that, let me use product return on ad spend because that makes more sense. So if it's a product that sells for 10,000, for example, right? Then it's advisable to have a test budget that is similar to that price of that particular product, at least one of that product. So that means 10,000 budget, test budget, right? Then if the client can afford up to 10 of that particular product, that means 10 times 10 is what? 100,000, right? If the client can afford 100,000, so that you can try to sell 10 of those products with your creatives, with everything that you have, and see whether if you can achieve selling 10 of those products or anything close to that, right? So between the amount of the product for one product and then 10 products, that's what I usually use to calculate what the test budget should be. Because you can't be selling a 1 million naira product and then you want to be spending 1,000 per lead, or you want to be spending 100 naira per lead. It's just like playing bets with 100 naira and hoping to win 100 million. That's gambling, right? And we all know what the end result for gambling, total loss. So yeah.
Okay, so now that's 100,000. Now will it now be for 10 days or will it be for a day? Like just want to get like for that test budget. Now you say that this person selling the product for 10K. So the test budget will now be 10K. With the 10K, will you put it like will it run for days or just that 10K now will not be the daily budget? That's what I want to clarify.
Okay, so try to set it for a period of 7 days so that it will come out of learning phase, because that's the only time we can actually judge whether if the conversion data is accurate. So try to set it for at least 7 days, so nothing less than 7 days, so that it can come out of learning phase, and then you will be sure the data that is giving you, you'll be sure that okay, this is an accurate data.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate those insights.
All right, so is that clear? Shane, you raised your hand before that you wanted to ask a question.
Yes, I still have some questions. Since you said we can ask questions beyond what we have not been taught. So I just remember that I have some other question apart from what people that I'm not yet done with this week, but I still have other question outside of what is inside the mood. I don't know if it's inside the mood yet, but I just want to ask. I've heard people say something concerning Facebook suspending their account. So I want to know, for somebody that is going into Facebook ads and Instagram, is it advisable to have like different accounts? I don't know how that is going to work. Then also for someone like me that I just open Facebook, so I want to know if there's like a criteria for you to start running ad on your account. Must it be? Do you have to have a number of followers, something like that? I want to know. Then also, oh God, what's the last question now? Just answer this question now. I just remember it has escaped my mind. Another question now. I will remember.
Okay, so Facebook has policies basically, right? Do's and don'ts, and I advise people to keep to those policies to stay away from their red zone, basically. But the truth of the matter is that they have a lot that is they have a lot that is hard for people to even stay away from them. Yet. So, but I'll just tell you the basic ones. So, it's advisable to have some level of followers on your Facebook page before using it to run an ad. Reasons being that if Facebook paraventure like blocks your ad account, maybe there was a mistake in their bots, because they have bots that goes through people's account to make sure that they're not doing anything illegal, right? Those bots can misbehave, right? And then you have your ad account blocked or your Facebook page blocked, right? So if you're going to Facebook now, Meta, they're supporting to resolve that issue. I've seen situations whereby they will tell you that first of all, your page is not even compliant because you don't have any followers, so you're looking suspicious, even though you're not suspicious, and even though that's not the reason why your ad account or your Facebook page was blocked in the first place. But for the fact that they've seen other things like your page doesn't have enough followers, they hold on to that and then prolong the issue for no reason. I've seen that happen. So I always advise have if let your campaign, if you can get friends and family to follow your Facebook page, is advisable. You can also create an ad campaign geared towards people following your what's it called, your Facebook page. You can also run an ad campaign for that. But you can get friends and family. Tell them, please follow my page before you use it to run ads, so that if anything happens, their support will focus on what is the issue and not hold their hands on other things that does not really concern the issue. I've seen it happen sometimes too. Then for the first patient, creating multiple ad accounts, please don't do that. Especially don't do that on the same device, on one particular device, because Facebook has a way of tracking your IP address of your device. So they can track that as a suspicious act. Because why are you creating multiple accounts when you already have one already? So if you are trying to create multiple accounts, make sure that the device that you're using to create that account has no trace of your Facebook profile or your Facebook account on that device in any way, whether if it's Chrome or whether if it's the Apple, there's no trace of it at all. Because if they notice that this particular IP address in the past 7 days created 5 different ad accounts, they might block you because that's a suspicious act. Why are you creating 5 different accounts or Facebook pages within the space of 7 days? What are you using it for? So they will block it and then expect you to come back and answer the question why you're doing that. Okay, so make sure that the device you're using to do that has no trace of your Facebook account on it before, as at all. If it warrants clearing your cache, do that before you even do that at all, because they have a way of IP address. They have to a way of tracking it. So does that answer your two questions, Sheung?
Yes, that answer is. Then the last question that I wanted to remember was, let's say for example now, I want to run a Facebook ad for a company. Am I supposed to use for an individual? Am I supposed to use my own personal account, or am I supposed to use my Facebook account or the company's account? So
Okay, so I advise people using their own accounts, right? Reasons being that you don't know the track record of the client's accounts. You don't know their track record. You don't know whether they've been blocked, they've been warned before, they've done suspicious things before on their Facebook page, on their account before, and you're now linking it to your own account. It's kind of bad though. So I don't, and I just we don't do that. What we do is that we can give the client access to our own account as a viewer, not as a major player, right? So you're just viewing what is happening so that they can see that okay, the ads is running, everything is going well, right? We don't tend to use their own account because it has a way of rubbing off on your own account. All these things, Meta platform is very connected. That's why they used to have privacy suits and the rest. They are so connected that they can trace even things that you might not really think that they can trace. So yeah, so it's advisable to use your own account, then give them access as viewers to see what is happening. That's what I usually advise. To keep your own accounts clean. But if you don't have any issues with that, or probably the client is bringing so much money, and your current account, you can create new one. If anything happens, you can go ahead and receive access from DS to use DS for the ads. It's just a win-win. You just have to check your profit and loss and then make your decision. Is that okay?
All right, yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
Okay. So I have a question.
Sorry,
Sorry.
sorry. Okay, sorry, please.
Uh,
About
let
this
me take
multiple.
let me take this question before I get to yours. Ayo.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. So someone on YouTube dropped a question. I just wanted to answer that. He said, I ran an ad that did very well and it has completed. How can I run the same ad again without having to create a new one from scratch? Okay, so to you what you can do is to duplicate the ads, right? You can duplicate the ads, and while duplicating the ad, duplicate the ad with the same setting, right? Don't duplicate as a new ad. Duplicate it with the same setting. Once you duplicate it, every setting that you've done before is there. The only thing you need to change is the start date and the end date, and then the budget if you want to change the budget, and then rename it so that the next time you come back, you can be able to trace, okay, this ad is what I ran for this, or this ad is what I ran for that. So that's basically it. Okay. Ayo, you can go ahead and ask the question.
Okay, so now, let's say for example, you are a social media manager and you have like maybe different brands that are handling their account and you want to run ad for them. But yes, you have one Facebook. Can you like be creating multiple pages for those multiple Facebook pages for those their accounts and link it to their own Instagram. But now you know that is your own account, that is the main Facebook page, that is Facebook profile. Or can you like create Facebook pages for those brands and linking it to their Instagram? Then you can now run the ad from your own Meta ad manager.
Sorry, come again with your question. I didn't really get your question.
Okay, it's about this multiple ad accounts and that you say that is not advisable. So I wanted to verify that, like, let's say that you're a social media manager and you have different brands, you are managing their social media accounts.
Okay.
So now, and what you do is that can you create Facebook pages? Maybe those people they want to run Meta ads, but they don't yet have a Facebook page and all. Can you create? But you're not using your own Facebook profile now to create different Facebook pages for those brands, linking it to their own Instagram accounts, but now you are now running the Meta ads from your own profile. But it's just that now your Facebook profile, which is your name, has different brand pages on your account, and you're running the ads from your Meta ad manager. So is this still safe like that?
Yeah, it's actually safe. But an extra thing that you need to do is you need to create what is called a Meta business account. It's different from your profile, right? So once you create all those pages and you create a Meta business account, we'll still get to that too, right? You just have to transfer those accounts, your Meta business account, so that Meta can be able to know that, okay, this particular this particular assets, it's called assets that you created is under a particular business, right? And you are running it as a business. You are not an individual like showing different faces, right? So with that, you're actually safe because Meta tends to recognize the what's it called, the Meta business accounts, because they know that you're a business. That means you have multiple businesses. So having multiple pages that does not have the same name is a normal thing, right? So that's what I advise. But for now, I've not seen any issue with that. But I know Meta sometimes their own sometimes used to do them. So I it's always advisable to be on the safe side. That's what I will advise.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Tunde, you just joined us. Can you introduce yourself, your name, where you're joining us from, like country, what you do, and you are why you enrolled for this particular course and program? If you're on the call, Tunde. Oh, okay, okay. I just saw your question. Okay, okay. So, what payment method did you use? I think that's very important. I need to know that. Is it USSD? Is it card? Is it transfer? Is it what's it called? Um, PayU. Let me know. What payments method did you try using to load your ad account? Okay, I need to know the methods that you use. You said you use three methods. I want to know the exact three methods. Hmm. Okay, is it possible for you to share your screen so that we can look into that issue now? You don't need to on your mic. You can just share your screen and then we can look into that. Okay, so probably maybe in the next Q&A, we can look into that. Just try and be in a place where you can share your screen so that we can look into that. Is that okay? Okay, you can send the screenshot. Okay, you can do that. You can share that on the group. All right. So I think that's basically it. We've already passed our time, 7 minutes late. So is there another question, any other thing that we need to address? All right. I think that's basically it. All right. So by tomorrow or next, I believe you will have access to the next module and the videos under those modules. So ahead of time, before you come for the Q&A session, try to prepare questions so that we can address and look into each and every one of them. All right, so that's basically it. Do have a lovely night rest. Then I keep on learning. Then I will see you same time next week. All right, guys.
All right. Good night.
Good
Thank you.
night. Yeah, good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.